Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, my name is Rossa Indriana Prihastini. I am student from University Maritim Raja Ali Haji Tanjung Pinang. My student ID is 21030500053. And in this video, I want to presentation about my CCU assignment with the title of material is Intercultural Communication. Intercultural communication, sometimes used synonymously with cross-cultural communication, is a form of communication that aims to share information across different cultural and social groups. It is used to describe the wide range of communication process and problems that naturally appear with an organization made up of individuals from different religious, social, ethnic, and educational backgrounds. In this sense, it seeks to understand how people from different countries and cultural age communicate and perceive the world around them. Many people argue that culture determines how individuals encode message, what medium they choose for transmitting them, and the way messages are interpreted. As a separate notion, it studies situations where people from different cultural backgrounds interact. Aside from language, intercultural communication focuses on social attributes, thought patterns, and the cultures of different groups of people. It also involves understanding the different cultures, language, and customs of people from the other countries. Intercultural communication plays a role in social science such as anthropology, cultural studies, linguistics, psychology, and communication studies. Intercultural communication is also referred to as the base for international business. There are 4 points that I'm going to talk about. The first is barriers to intercultural communications. The second is cultural learning. The third is dealing with difference. The fourth is improving intercultural communication. Barriers to intercultural communication. First, attitude. Sample case. A. Globalization means that there is no one business culture everywhere in the world. B. If they want to do business with me, then they'll have to adapt to my culture. C. When in Indonesia, do as the Indonesian do. D. It's impossible to generalize culture, there are many differences. E. Today I work with Indonesians, tomorrow I'll meet my American partners. I can possibly learn all I need to know about all the cultures I have to deal with. F. What I need when I go abroad is a list of do's and don'ts. G. Intercultural training just confirms stereotype. Second, perception. The fact that people perceive the same thing in different ways is particularly important in intercultural communication. The way we perceive is culturally determined, and the general lack of awareness of this is another barrier to intercultural communication. Third, stereotype. A stereotype is a fixed idea or image that many people have a particular type of person, thing, or event, but sometimes it is not true in reality. Generalization and categories are necessary, but when they are too rigid, they can be a barrier to the effective interpretations of a situation. In intercultural communication, it is vital to distinguish between what is part of a person's cultural background and what is part of their personality. Fourth, interpretation. Gary Kuntz in Gibson 2000 suggests 3 ways of checking our interpretation of other people's behavior. First, perception checking. Second, listening effectively. Third, giving feedback. Fifth, culture shock. Culture shock is precipitated by the anxiety that results from losing all our familiar signs and symbols of social intercourse. These signs or cues include the 1001 way in which we orient ourselves to the situation of daily life. Further discussion about culture shock will be in the next chapter. 6. Nonverbal behavior. While language is the primary means of communication, nonverbal behavior also communicates. Nonverbal patterns include gestures, facial expressions, eye contact, body movement, touching, and the use of space and time. Gestures are an obvious source of misunderstanding because they may have different meanings. Cultural learning. At the lowest level is the belief that all people are alike. Then comes a recognition that there are differences, an acceptance of the difference, same ways of synthesizing, the different way selecting and making things run smoothly. The process of cultural learning can be helped along by experience, reflection, and training. Intercultural deafness, making it happen, selections, I know what will work, synthesis, I'm finding some good combination, understanding, I'm studying the difference, realization, there are different from us, ignorance, people are alike, local experts, tourists, sojourner, bicultural expert, integrator, training, not only provides information but also develops skills and encourage attitudes to enable people to progress all along the cultural learning curve. Dealing with difference. Based on a research marked in Gibson 2000 and lists in order of priority what personal manager in German companies look for in international manager is 1. Social competence, 2. Openness to other ways of thinking, 3. Cultural adaptation, 4. Professional excellence, 5. Language skills, 6. Flexibility, 7. Ability to manage or work in a team, 8. Adaptability of the family, 9. Patience, 10. Sensitivity. Note that on the list, professional excellence doesn't come at the top of the list. If technical skills is the only criterion for working aboard, the result will be rarely successful. Where aggression, speed, and competitiveness may be important in a monocultural environment, they could be dangerous is an intercultural one, where qualities such as adaptability and high tolerance for ambiguity are more important. Improving intercultural communication. It is essential that people research the cultures and communication conventions of those whom they propose to meet. This will minimize the risk of making the elementary mistakes. It is also prudent to set a clear agenda so that everyone understands the nature and purpose of the interaction. In interaction with people from foreign cultures, a person who is interculturally competent understands the culture-specific concept of perception, thinking, feeling, and acting. The basic requirements for intercultural competence are: first, break the assumptions; second, empathize; third, involve; fourth, discourse her mentality; and the fifth, avoid insensitive behavior. So that's all my video is. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.